Hello, I'm Ezekiel Kagbo. I'm a born-again Christian. Join me every Sunday 9 to 10 p.m. on Go Gospel. Go Gospel is a program that brings to you gospel artists to showcase their music and bless you with ministration. As we spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, make it a date with me, Ezekiel Kagbo, on Go Gospel every Sunday 9 to 10 p.m. on Star Television, Channel 21.
So watch me fly.
Welcome to yet another edition of Go Gospel on Star TV Channel 21. Go Gospel is a program where we bring to you gospel music and also gospel musicians, and also the way we spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. We can bring this program to you every Sunday. My name is Minister Ezekiel Kagbo. For you this time for say anyways, kudos to so many churches we do online service today through the threat of this virus where they affect the world today, and we know the press release where the social welfare be released concerning churches be banned and also mocks not for go service. But I want to say kudos to so many churches where we hold online service, and also you will not we meet up the online service, but at least you will hold the devotion with your family. I want to say kudos to you. Keep doing the things of God, keep focusing on God, and make God the priority. That's why I'm for welcoming guests at the studio today. I get Reverend Mata from the Fellowship of Sierra Leone, and also Reverend Musa Fobe, we come out from the Evangelical Fellowship of Sierra Leone. Welcome, sirs, and welcome, ma.
Thank you very much.
Before we start the program, I want to take a song done by one of Sierra Leone artists who we call Pius Wonder. I did it with you last week, and this song we call Ego Apple.
Solo Speed.
What is your prayer bringing? With all the praises and singing, nothing is wrong, but maybe you are thinking, what is your prayer bringing? With all the praises and singing, nothing is wrong, yeah. You have waited on the Lord for so long. You should know, God is never late. No, 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 no. You are not waiting in vain. Hold on to your dream, write it down and make it plain. It go up, just believe it go up. With Papa God, go up. Very, very soon, go up. I say it go up, just believe it go up. With Papa God, go up. Very, very soon, go up. It is written. The devil may fight, but you have the victory. It is written. You may weep for the night, but joy comes in the morning. What is it he can do for you? If he gave his life for you, God can never fail you. He has plans for you. He's mindful of you. God can never fail you. He has plans for you. He's mindful of you. So keep thanking him, praising him, leave it all to him. It go up, just believe it go up. With Papa God, go up. Very, very soon, go up. I say it go up, just believe it go up. With Papa God, go up. Very, very soon, go up. The provision go up, the healing go up, the next level go up. So pray, believe and wait. God not the light, pray, believe and wait. God not the faith, pray, believe and wait. God not the light, pray, believe and wait. God not the light, pray, believe and wait. God in the the faith, pray, believe and wait. God not the lie. Go up, just believe. Go up, with Papa God. Go up, I say very, very soon. Go up, I say go up, just believe. Go up, with Papa God. Go up, very, very soon. Go up, yeah.
Indeed, it will happen if you believe God. It will happen. It's just a matter of time. The Bible says, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." Indeed, it will happen. Like I say again, I get with me two great servants of God in the studio. We one come up from the Evangelical Fellowship of Sierra Leone, another from the Pentecostal Fellowship of Sierra Leone. We get one or two, three issues we can discuss about we at least then give some Christians them courage on, and also tell them, say, we let them wait and listen to the Evangelical Fellowship of Sierra and also Pentecostal Fellowship of Sierra Leone, as then they try for work with the government for see how best then go able resume the church services back. But first we will start with Reverend Mata Chigos. We come up from the Pentecostal Fellowship of Sierra Leone. Reverend Mata, of course, people in the area Pentecostal Fellowship of Sierra Leone, but they don't know, some man don't know waiting then they about how they operate and who do they make up this Pentecostal Fellowship of Sierra Leone.
Family now do na question kabona do they right? Of course you don't say Reverend Martha, yes, I'm name Martha Chigozi Nigbenga. I want to let family know say Pentecostal Fellowship of Sierra Leone all you and me where they preach and speak more in a charismatic way. You know, we all submit Bible, of course. But you know, that's not a make you a Pentecostal fellowship, you charismatic means of preaching and teaching. You know, but I know say every church know waiting God in word they talk using the Bible. And so most of them people then across the 16 districts and we fellowship goes across that onto village level. So the group of people you know, we form this group now then they under Pentecostal fellowship with the leadership of this fellowship now His Grace Bishop Achibo J. Cole.
So if you talk about how many churches, if you maybe you can recall or know about approximately how many churches you think say they under Pentecostal Fellowship of Sierra Leone?
Charismatic preachers are so plenty that are not going able to count. And no lie. You know, I would say thousands, but I'm not going able to tell you say really from one touch because we still do with database updates. You know, from district to district, we still do with updates because people can register almost every monthly meetings.
So what are some of the operations in terms of maybe the strengthening fellow pastors, or when are the operations when are the time for relate with these churches to the government, or when are the operations of?
The operation varies. It varies from preaching, teaching, seminars, on to even relief. Because if una can remember back throughout our existence, whenever there's national crisis, we are there. Not only just for preach and pray, but we also they give out we charitable arm of supporting. You know, thinking about the Ebola, the mudslide, the flooding, and any other thing where it thinks in a national issue when of concern to the nation. Pentecostal Fellowship they play in part. So you do the social side, you do the academic side, you do the spiritual side, and you do the relief side. So not just for preach, but also in all aspects of the welfare of the human being in Sierra Leone.
Okay, I'll come to you back, Reverend. Later we'll talk on how now they will regulate these churches. In case somebody fall out around these churches, how now go when I get some rules we govern this the Pentecostal Fellowship. One for come here again, Reverend Musa Fobe, of course, a long time pastor now the East, and of course don't deal with Christian in Action for long. People in the Evangelical Fellowship of Sierra Leone, Pentecostal Fellowship of Sierra Leone, but one for no, it differ from the Pentecostal Fellowship, Evangelical Fellowship of Sierra Leone. Which are the operations as well?
Thank you very much. In the first place, Evangelical Fellowship of Sierra Leone, okay, normally called EFSL. Now, organization we don't establish since 1959, so we done there for many years. But EFSL, now a membership organization, we comprise of evangelical churches. We deal more with denominations, rather individual churches. And as I dey talk to you so now, we dey talk about 85 denominations and prior church organizations where they operate within Sierra Leone.
Okay.
We form the membership of the EFSL. Well, like you they ask, the fact of the matter is we name evangelical really mean we believe in the good news, we in the word of God, and we believe in the proclamation of the gospel in totality, holistic gospel, in terms of proclamation and demonstration of the gospel, because we believe the good news is both not just by proclamation, by demonstration as well.
Okay.
So we ministry carry both parts of it, the physical and the spiritual. Well, actually, we believe you cannot be a Pentecostal if you are not an evangelical. So basically, there's a lot of time. You have a lot of members who are part of EFSL. They are also part of EFSL. Okay. So we get in touch.
Okay, so I get into a relationship.
Yes.
Now, one for talk about in the evangelical missions, them where you say una get denominations that we do under in some terms of which kind organizations. People they talk about Baptists. They talk about which kind of organization. People want to know some.
Okay. Well, actually, when you talk about the evangelical persuasions, they will form the membership. For example, we have very big denominations in the country. The Baptist Convention of Sierra Leone, part of it. The Wesleyan Church of Sierra Leone.
Okay.
A lot of others. We get, even included the Warumide, Christians in Action. UBC, they are part of it. I mean, like I say, over 80 denominations, they are part of it.
What are some of the criteria in if somebody want for organization want to be part of the Evangelical Fellowship of Sierra Leone? What are some of the criteria? Is it that you just go for beyond that an organization like a big organization? Let me just say I get a ministry called Jesus is the Way Ministry. Then I get over 60 branches. Then I can be part of the Evangelical Fellowship of Sierra Leone.
Well,
what are the criteria?
We actually get various levels of membership.
Okay.
But with criteria states say you for don't day in existence for at least 1 year, and when you want to be member, you apply, and we get process who they go through for accepting to membership, depending on the level you did, because church is not get the same strength. So normally what they do, we get members who they accept as interim members, because we believe so we get a rule for build them up in terms of building their structure and setting them up as a proper organization. Because the church is both an organism and an organization, so we can help them. But we also get other levels. We have to get up to Class A levels, and Class A levels are the big churches. Like Pastor Mabui Church, they are Class A church.
Class A church.
Yeah, and all of that. Then I remember the Wesleyan churches, the Assemblies of God. All of them are members of there. So we have various levels.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever matter, just have the talk again. What are some of the rules that we govern the Pentecostal Fellowship? Just in the sense that maybe when I will say, okay, this church, no pastor not for go beyond so. Waiting and call them. If you go, you did beyond this till we govern the Pentecostal Fellowship of Sierra Leone. This is not this and this who they do. When are some of the rules and waiting at some of the measures if somebody did flout some of these rules here and being a member of the Pentecostal Fellowship.
Well, by the grace of God, we leadership really they look into basic things as somebody we na a member. Number one, you for be somebody we don't already know say Jesus, of course, now you in charge of your life. You get a right standing, within your community, because before ever we they give final registration as we self get processes then we can actually they try for send people within communities for really check. Because also but you the leader we get for come register, you for be somebody with right standing, in good standing, not just with your finances, because character wise and something very very important. Not that you will know everybody at one go, but bit by bit, what with the fellowship together will be able for know, the person in actual input and in stand with Christ. But moreover also you for be somebody where really stand for waiting at the correct information way now the Bible and how you relate with this Bible with the congregation. And then of course we also they look at not to say we look if you church big or you get boko branches before. No. We even they register people when an individual membership. For example, sometimes you get your organization. For example, you get a Christian organization, where you form. You can come as a member, or you can come register your Christian organization. You can register your church.
Okay.
Whether you get many branches across the country, because for example, when you look at New Life, look at Bethel, Wall Outreach, you know, these are people who get churches all across.
All
Living
across.
Word, you get so many of these churches. We get churches all across, you know, na Freetown and other side of the world.
If I go get am right for let the layman understand, Pentecostal fellowship now like born again church organization.
Well, you can say born again, but one thing we want for let people understand, you can be a born again really by you living.
Okay.
You know, a born again by your way of living, the way waiting how you portray your life with Christ,
Okay.
whether in the secret or in the open. You know, because every church I want to believe must be a born again church. You know, but waiting at the difference and the charismatic way of ministration.
Okay.
You know, that are the difference. You know, just like when my brother says, you know, be a Pentecostal if you not be an evangelical, you know, be an evangelical, you know, be Pentecostal. Yes, but specifically, you know, now the charismatic way of reaching out with a message, you know, and practices, now that are the difference. But I want for believe say everybody, you know, must be a born again.
Why make I ask? Of course, Reverend Kim attested. We don't see a lot of upcoming churches today. These born again churches where they come, they do a lot of prophecy. We don't cause. They do a lot of heresy where they affect the church today. So as a Pentecostal fellowship body, how I can do for regulate some of these churches where they blaspheme the name of God, where they make some people think say, you understand, these churches they part of all other churches they do. You know, so they can say one fish and they boil all the fish. So how I can do in arranging these situations.
Well, I thank you very much for that particular question. We know say yes, when the Kisewan Bunga don't get tumbu, the tumbu go up to all. But you want the tumbu go up, you go allow that. Because it don't mean say because this one person misbehave, means say everybody they misbehave. No. Or this one person don't they do things the way they out of the way and not also God in word say, meaning say, first and foremost, when you look the structure of the leadership from we lead away at the president, you know, His Grace Bishop Dr. Jonathan Achibo Cole, and you look at the vice president when Bishop Sam Jolly, you look at the PRO when Bishop Laga, and then the rest of the executive right down to the membership. You go know say these are structured people, not only structured, but these are people who are disciplined in their own life and disciplined in what they do. You know, and I'm sure, you know, yes, you know what I mean, say because you discipline, you know, get indiscipline picking them. But you know, when you come to monthly meetings, then if I at that I just want for users for invite all the one that we know they sit down they wait. Because sometimes when something don't happen, that time people they begin say, oh, I belong to a Pentecostal fellowship, and they not ever go meeting, or maybe they can then at the WhatsApp group they not ever contribute anything positive. Neither they not they even go part of the meetings or even show face for do anything where go say I belong. Now when there is challenges, that time you will see then they call. So we want for invite all of you, we know for say you know a charismatic picture where you then are Freetown or out of Freetown, be part. But also I want for let them know say we are a structured person and the leadership is discipline. Not only discipline, we are a law abiding person in fellowship. When you go in monthly meetings, if you listen to these short exhortation, you don't do for check yourself through the word because iron sharpness iron.
Reverend, of course. Evangelical fellowship, just like you they say, there's a press release we the president be give this week we just passed concerning this virus way they affect we other neighboring countries, and we want for combat as early as possible. But the president will say we'll not forget a congregation, we'll not forget a crowd more than 100. I see Evangelical Fellowship of Sierra Leone Pool press release, right, talking about the church waiting the church for do. If I can get you, can you explain the way under when I press this for Sunali Pool as a body?
Yeah, thank you for that question because nothing we really had a touch with very dearly at this time. When we been get the statements from His Excellency the President, actually yes, in fact not just EFSL, various strands of various Christian bodies make releases, press releases. But to be honest with you, some of them membership organizations and they send releases to them constituencies. We not be released anyone yet because we be look and see there was some amount of confusion wanted to arise, misunderstanding there somewhere. So there was a meeting called the church be done the process for form waiting now like the Castle Christian Association of Sierra Leone, and already there's an interim leadership put in place.
Okay.
So that body there will be fixed for make one statement on behalf of the church.
Okay.
So as a matter of fact, when His Excellency give out their directives, the next day we bring all the bodies together with all the various press releases that will be made, so that we will come up with one.
Okay.
Unfortunately, in fact, we will form a committee of 4 for let we come up with one out of the many.
Yeah.
My sister be in that committee, Mr. Bidede. We're in the process on working on that to come up with one. Midway through the assignment of the do, now social welfare come with their own way. Now that we make we terminate that one day.
Okay.
And we just go back and say, well, let we educate with members, let we abide until we engage with the government again on this one way social welfare.
So of course, as you mentioned, the one way social welfare people, we as Christians, people are expecting the church for don't be the last place for you understand, because God come first. The church for don't be the last place where the government for don't tackle. And una as a church, just like we this one they prepare, una not be ever no say this they come up from that angle, even though the president don't say this. What now be the next step we wanna take as a church when I hear this from social welfare?
Well, honestly, we are shocked when we hear that. We are shocked because as a church we are really not consulted in all of this thing will happen, because until you get for affect the person, if I make you involved in them. So we are shocked that the leadership of the church was not in any way consulted during that time and day. And whilst we try to put things in place for make sure we not go above the 100 number, all of a sudden another one just come. So like I've been just saying, we try for let we membership abide by waiting Ministry of Social Welfare say, whilst we try for still engage with the authorities and let we discuss. Because we realize the church don't play a major role in the affairs of the nation. We also realize that this thing is not just about it's not just the human aspect, there's a divine aspect to it, and I'm sure the religious bodies play a major role in that, because we know there was a time where this country they go through Ebola, where the thing don't devastate and all things they don't do, they don't try, they're not able pass and call back, say the church when I come together. I remember we meet at Winners Chapel, we prayed, and we see the thing that was how it began for subside until eventually end. So I think we get a major role. We continue for abide with the directives, whilst we still try for engage with the authorities for let them reconsider. Okay,
Reverend Matter, just like waiting, Reverend Fubi they talk, the church abide and they try for plead. Of course, Pentecostal Fellowship will make a move to the Presidential Lodge and try for see our best that they will plead, because due to our statement we Reverend Dr. Judas Lagabi post on social media. See, so many people were disheartened by this situation will happen on Friday. Say, hey, why them for lock church? So many Christians, but that will be the last solution, because we all need for come to God and pray for this situation. But whether was to be the first step where it happened on Friday, would not be the first step where the Pentecostal Fellowship take after going to State Lodge yesterday?
Well, not just, first of all, I just want to make clarity, say not to just Pentecostal been go to engage the president.
Okay.
We've been get people from the Council of Churches.
Okay.
And we've been get also from we own angle, we've been did it. So that they should say we've been work together as one. Well, if they already tell you, say we've been CCSL been the try for put things together. Whereas already this happened, and then the first, before ever we go CCSL, when the issue of 100, no 100 been come first, we leader, when Bishop Cole, don't tell we say, whatever happens, let we realize, say, God in word say, the government, we first of all get for member the government in prayer, and also we get for be law-abiding people from waiting with the hearing. Obey, and then we complain. Obey and complain. There are two words very important. So in already we don't already start for advise the membership across. It taking time for put together a little write-up. Wait that one day when you look at
Yeah, I see the right talk
You
you
know,
said on social
yes, you know, apart from the one where them go report, that one are the personal one first where in send from in own desk to all the leader, the membership of the PFSL across. So
Okay.
that now that's make it send on the WhatsApp where we all day as members, and then from that WhatsApp, of course, you know, say who side WhatsApp, you don't send message, they see that message you go all over
All
now,
over.
so I don't even expect,
Mhm.
you know. That now for just make sure say let people them follow the law. Let we not do like any other person them we
Person.
don't know waiting we rightly, not to say we now more we don't know waiting for do, no, not to that. It really heart rending, yes, because when you go the plan say okay, now me get so many hundreds of people, then they say cut and down to 100, so they even make begin to imagine how they cost that so many to 100,
Yeah.
you know,
that forget
before
different
now,
services.
yes, then after that thinking the way they still they ponder and they plan with you membership or leadership, then whilst na the plan another one can say no more 100,
No more 100.
you know, the doors for be closed. Well, it is, well, some people, yes, we all definitely, yes, we feel them, of course, as human beings, because we are human beings, you know. Let we not all just say we not be feel them, we not be really glad. Wetin bin can happen, you know, one or two people let me say, oh, this thing we cancel now, we see say now we know more they don't target, but then left the other angle of people them for go do their own prayers. And again, even when this message will not come out, some people still in the same message say then still the other angle of people and still they do prayers even after this press release don't come out from social welfare. You know, but one thing where I want for make people they know, you know, sometimes you get, as I can say, you get all group of people, you know, they go do this because this person do this, no. Everybody different in a different way, but not because, not to say because we different make we for be taken for granted.
Yeah.
You know, we not for be taken for granted. So I think based on that, make we leadership demand fit for join, because the leadership of the body not just Pentecostal, that the leadership come out from different umbrella organization where they may go engage with His Excellency the President.
Okay.
For say, sir, this come out in a way where we not be don't know, and it not correct. You know, and it good for like when something happen we not correct, no hide behind you do for talk am.
Yeah.
It not correct. And how the message come, you know, where certain group go hear reward and certain group not go hear reward. And I believe say as Komra, if you get speaking them, if somebody they do things out of the way, first of all, if you address first the area where not correct, and then try for make sure say you pin foot for make sure say wait till you put, it not just there for one side, it there for every side.
Okay.
You know, so that nine will be the reason we make we leaders then the body of Christ go. You know, because we get the Anglican bishop, we get the bishop Yambasuwe na him in charge of Council of Churches, as well as the bishop of the United Methodists. You know, we get Bishop Arnold Temple Bindede. You know, when in the current interim chair for the castle. And then of course we get Bishop Laga, Bishop Sam Jolly, and then Bishop Achibo Cole.
What is some people they say is like Friday people go to clubs, and then why is the church nobody know we go to church
Well,
today? That was comparison people they say because we are Christians. When they say hey, God for don't be the first thing who for don't go pray to and this that, since we don't want for help the government for combat, you understand, even though the sick not carry it, but Lord just as a church will meet at least pray as one and wait and call them. So people are just doing that comparison. Why they not do our first Sunday clubs? Because Friday people going to clubs and Sunday there is no service.
And I believe say Saturday back again people been go club.
Yeah.
And that are the other reason we have don't say we will end with Nayaso. Because one thing we're very paramount and very important, it's good for like if whatever measures they put in place, let it cut across.
Yeah.
Let it cut across. Gathering na gathering.
Yeah.
So now governments and all stakeholders them were responsible for for make sure say this issue of COVID-19
Yes.
you know spread, because it not come now and we they believe God say it not go come now.
By God's power.
But we for make sure say we really take the measure and if I go across. If I go across, whether you call them club, wherever the movement of gathering, whether that's gathering or gathering, now then for begin look into all the other aspects of gathering. And I believe say if that happen, and then we go really mean say yes, we really mean business. Because just recently I've been they talk to one doctor, a big woman. I mean I can call her massive. You know, I say, doctor, I say this virus. When are people, when are medical people, wait till you think say na this virus they say na airborne because all they don't talk
talk you.
Yes. So then the mommy say no. He said this if na airborne, he said Father forbid we all for us spray down. He said this na droplet infection. That means now something like where you better yourself will get distance where they talk to now. Father forbid if that person affected and then he talk, that pit come out, it drop, and then he be say that thing they dip on that pit day, and then you mistake go touch. Now that's make them too much touch and they tell you say wash your hand. If you dey wash your hand, you know able for get the waiting. Make sure say if you don't get water always get you sanitizer where you go dey use regularly. Because when they enter keke self they touch, you enter taxi they touch, put they touch. So the surface where they go and touch in case Father forbid that droplet infection don't go pan that thing they don't touch. And we now quick for put hand our eye, now we nose and now we mouth. And then they say this thing na thing where they look for openings for use for enter. So let we not begin they talk about airborne, we're not to airborne. Let we understand that this way. So now that's make the washing of hands is good. When they say where they cough, you know, when I be even watch a mayor, the first them where they show how for cough, they cough for put, you know, so that because this you elbow, you know, we put them up now you eye, you know. So and a way they say words, you know, you can't forget distance. Okay. You distance, and then we for the drink hot water, we for the waiting. So all of this thing is good. But if we not take measures for cut across all form of gatherings, so the measures will be imbalanced.
Okay. I will come to you back, Reverend Martin. I'll come to Reverend Musa Fobi. Of course, we look. Wait till they speculate at this ban. How long? Because people then they say it's going to be 100 days. Something like we are trying to combat it for 100 days. Not see any symptoms. Is it that will be the flow of 100 days ban to the church? Wait till they speculate at, or is there going to be a measure just speculate when I tell people anyway? So now we talk to government, see let government see to I understand.
Quite honestly, we don't know what's there at the mind of the government officials. Okay. To be honest, I know say themselves they play their role because we know how they come on. They also they work in the interest of the citizens of this land, and also they got good intentions. And however, I think in we context we also get for take decisions based on real reality. We they anticipate say they go evaluate the situation regularly. Okay. So maybe even in your estimation, whatever decisions will be taken and directives will be given out, we they anticipate say in the next couple of weeks, I think say they will give a reviewed directive on which they will decide. So I don't think we will get for with 200 days. Yeah. In the light of the realities of the ground, they will come back. Like Martha, they say quite honestly, let's face the religious bodies. Christians, when do we normally come together in large numbers? On Sundays, once a week. Yeah. Okay. The SDAs on Saturdays, once a week. Muslims largely on Fridays. But check the markets. People interact Monday to Friday, every day of the week, every day. So sometimes if we focus too, we put the attention who side the thing they spread faster, and we concentrate on who side something that once a week when they come together. And you know, we're going to miss the point as well. Yeah. So like she's saying, let we able because we still have issues for handle. Go to Dove Court every day and see what is happening there.
Yeah. CFCC don't pull the release 7 to 7.
Yeah, they say don't put 7 to 7. But of course, look at the hours of interaction.
Yeah,
when we go to church, go to church, how many hours we do there?
2 hours, 30 minutes.
So those are some of the considerations. So me think say them for really evaluate this and make sure say they evaluate with
some people they argue on social media and say if they stop the market now, how people are going to get food for it? So it's better than stop
they don't
the
need to stop the market. They don't need to stop the market. I don't think it's an issue of stopping the market. Or maybe
regulating some movement.
Yeah, movements and maybe.
Now we come to the service style today. We happen on different churches. Like some people use the platform of social media like Facebook. Some churches go live on Facebook. While some churches don't not go live, then just live and so call the members and say how as a body, Pentecostal Fellowship and EFSL, able analyze this whole thing.
Well, you know, Montama always gets a coping mechanism for every situation. So immediately this thing happen at various quarters, people that they get for come up with it. How do we cope with the present realities? Because this actually hit hard on some people. For example, this directive come on Friday.
Yeah.
There are people who had wedding the following day.
Yes.
I can imagine how that's going to affect somebody. We don't plan all in plan. The next day for married, all of a sudden they say church not for open. There are others who had funerals. You know, I even know for funeral we pass, I think 10 people or so, they just go do another house and go there and all that kind of thing. So there are times where I believe it's not an easy thing.
Yeah.
However, having said that, you know, the reality facing us now, let we operate that this thing will end soon and we're able for just come back to normal.
Okay.
But when the situation meets as it is, I engage me head of church. I said, this is a reality. I don't want to take an individual decision. Let's meet together. So we met yesterday and we put systems in place, one of which really as an intermediary, we agree. We look at churches to do what to do. We decide for go online.
Okay.
So it'd be very effective. I mean, for me, honestly, some people the feedback we didn't get because I preach my message.
Okay.
And through WhatsApp, and people the feedback I get from people they say, well, we not miss anything today. The message was good. We are blessed. Up to now, what they can people if they ask for we make sure they get the voice notes.
So what about the people that we not putting on social media? That they posting. We not putting on social media. What will they cater for them?
That really challenged it. However, for we waiting at one of the things we do or we don't put in place, we say we still get for. Then when we're able for call by phone, we maybe not get Android phones or so. Where they do a lot of calls, and we need to be checking on them regularly for how they are going. So that's part of the strategy. But also we also engage the media, radio, and other things like that, so that we will never forget one service, at least one message from a radio station and the other networks. Yes. Able for minister and in the spiritual.
Yes, Reverend. I just want to ask the question. Reverend Musa Fobi come with this. What thing will they do as a body Pentecostal fellowship, like engaging the radio stations, maybe before an hour or maybe negotiate with the radio station, say, because we know a lot of people out there on social media. Some man don't like social media self. And some people then this social media not regularly they come online. You understand? How would I able to combat these issues, especially people in the radio station and television stations on Sundays?
Well, at the moment, definitely many different churches them get for use that angle, you know, because again looking at people, then we get people branches in the district, where sometimes effectively, even if you get the phone, maybe sometimes the particular the network issue is another problem. You know, so when network is another problem, for let you go reach out to people, the best you can do now for just go use the community radio station. For let you say, well, today we all go get service. Me go can and so time una get for agree, you know, say so time through the text message. You know, you get for send text, meaning say you get for spend more time for use the local text message now. That's if you get coverage. But if you don't get coverage, you get for don't announce them. For say tomorrow so time, you know, again using the same radio. For say we get for day for keep service. It really challenging.
Yes, because
it's challenging.
Because people will feel say the press release for don't take effect this Monday, so that the churches go announce today to the members, say, well, next week service no go, this is what the government do, but we will communicate to them later, or the medium and wait till them call them. So no church no able to communicate anything to the members. If you got unfortunately, a lot of people then go church because some they offline, someone not get contact number says, so one away go to church, go meet pastor. Yeah, someday meet the janitor team, they say no, we not get service today. We are waiting to happen. Then begin to explain. Then someone begin vex.
Exactly. That's so actually now some churches. If I even get that kind feedback they have today now some several other places the way you know that communication business because some people and they even with the normal call you know they able for even answer some call where sometimes they call and say for explain something to her you know go pick pass it the next day by the time you go they can the next day you know able for see people them you know even understand what they go on you know so but really based on all that and that's make with leadership be engage His Excellency the President President Julius Maada Bio said this is not correct and according to the report where Bishop Laga write on behalf of the group where go Then say president. In fact, inside the report, they write apologize,
Yes, to the
because
church,
the
yeah.
miscommunication or the communication will not be proper. It not been clear, it not been connect,
Yeah.
you know. So there was a big gap. So he get for apologize for that, but he not denying, say he not aware.
Aware, yeah.
When I that some people they not be know them. I think say concern social welfare
Do am,
just go do
yeah.
them on their own. But what important was social welfare was support, because this is not the group, not the organization when in they deal with religious issues.
Yeah.
Why they not be for call we and talk to we, even before the Friday. They before not call me before that, you know. But all said and done, when the papa of the land don't apologize, you know, he don't beg pardon. He say he go work with the church for make sure say thing like this not happen again, and you know this not gonna be the one-time engagement.
Okay.
You know. So I believe say we they work towards from today tomorrow till next tomorrow. We still they do consultations, because
Okay.
we leadership now a consultative leadership what we get,
Okay.
and always a consult. So I believe say we still get for consult for get the way forward on this.
Yes, on that same press release, Bisuna make a suggestion to President concerning making like a prayer, national prayer, something, well, like a national prayer.
Yes.
Is it going to hold for?
Well, now that's what they tell you, say the consultation not just end to that yesterday. You know, we just go, because things like this is very, very important.
Yes.
You know, the life of the people important, the fight against the corona important, as well as the keeping of the word of God.
Yeah.
Prayer, relevant, a paramount. In fact, a pivotal thing that one day. Now, in the vital way for keep Sierra Leone and make sure say, you know, together, because everybody gets in your own angle where they contribute. The health people and get in your own, you know, the security people and get in your own, the religious people and get in your own. So with all this contribution, now that's gonna make by the grace of God we're able to defeat this particular virus. So
Okay.
that consultation still they go on, and for work on issues where for make prayer not be left behind. In fact, prayer for be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 5, number 10 throughout.
Right. Okay. Reverend Phoebe, waiting at the precautions they make, especially a lot just say when I get anything like tutorial or when I the sensitize people and now concerning the virus way they are around the world, way the government they try for faith in the pre-case, because we're not getting that yet. But as a church, since we don't be a law abiding person, we create that form there for sensitize also the members them. Say, okay, even though we are spiritual, but let's take some physical precautions.
Of course, that's now the message we will give out to the Christian bodies. Let them realize, say, everything might not be very good for us at this time, but it is in our own interest.
Okay.
And we dey try for let them also understand that yes, we are a spiritual body, but we think say the message where they come up from the experts, how for keep we safe, the hygiene practices we that we propose, they will adhere to them, and avoid, well, make sure to maintain the social distancing and all of that, washing of hands, you know, and minimize we social interaction. Let we make sure say we not do something we go make we go back to
Because they think at the church now, we're gonna hold somebody telling that you love him, and when you go girlfriend as well,
yeah.
then and stuff.
But you go see, I'm saying in a club, people in the hold themselves.
Yeah, what that?
Now the markets, people in the touch themselves.
We
You know, now the poda people they first for enter.
Yeah.
Now the taxi then they first for enter.
Yeah.
So really the measure is not just one way. You get for look at and critically.
Okay.
But I think, me without so much capitalizing on the way with others they go wrong,
Yeah.
I think the church they do very well.
Very well.
In fact, prior to this thing with them banned, the church services, when we meet that day, that was one of the things we make sure we educate the Christian community
Okay.
on things that we then for make sure say they adhere to, so that in any way we're not going to be a channel for spread the disease just in case.
Okay. Reverend Martha, finally as we close, it could be final statements encouraging Christians or encouraging pastors to join the PFSL, because it's a good body we go regulate them. What you go be your final statement to people?
Well, I just want to talk to me brothers, my sisters, pastors, leaders, you know, people them way really know say you belong to PFSL. Do ya stop for the wait till some kind challenges they take place before you run come. It's good for let you become a member. A member of a family is always in the family. Whether it is good, it is bad, you are there. We are all going to be there so that we go able to work together, put ideas together for make the fellowship a better and a stronger one. So I go encourage you all, whether you're in the provinces, whether you're in Freetown, whether you're wherever inside Freetown, Western Urban, Western Rural, Waterloo, wherever you are. If you know you don't belong, try for belong. And if you want for no more but waiting with the do, I can give me number so that you can able for contact me, and then with GS a number as well, so that we can able for give you some updates on waiting really we they do and how they do them, and not wait till kulala they for them before that 10 day they want for join PFSL 088937599. When you call, you go able to get more information about waiting you want for no but PFSL.
Call the number again.
088937599. And also I want for let family know say this issue of coronavirus now something where we need for take serious in all kind of we country, and we pray to God say will come. We don't suffer too much in Sierra Leone. For let we go back to how we come out in any case, whether not for sickness, whether not for any kind form of anything. We dey beg we all, let we really do waiting correct at all times, but also let we do them in a proper way, so that we not go and do things the way we will put weight on one side and lift weight on the other side. Let we do things where they do them in a very correct way for everybody, so that tomorrow they will not say this person where they lead or this person where they in charge, this person really get the foresight for no say this is not correct, and then put measures in place. So we are the big, let we put the measures, and we not go tire. We leadership still they engage the right stakeholders them for able to address the issue of the church in close wonder.
Okay, Reverend Musa Fobe.
Yeah, I want to talk to the listeners and viewers that if you know you're not a church leader, you're not a head of a ministry, a denomination, and you get the evangelical persuasion, I want to encourage you, meet we at 35 Sakela Road, we say we headquarters of day, and talk to we more. We go hangers and see, wait before make you able for register and be a member. The fact of the matter is, I think governments have don't come to that realization. I make for the social welfare register some bodies. One of the bodies where they need endorsement from the EFSL. We they work towards church unity.
Okay.
We know what it takes to build up a church, and so we get various levels of membership. So we actually they try for help. Let every denomination able to match up to being a church organization, a church body. So we'll encourage them for come. But also make us say this because I think it's important. Whilst we they work for church unity, this thing will don't happen. I know say it don't affect a lot of churches. Honestly, some people they think we come with me and say, Pastor, quite honestly, our finances is going to be, we are not going to be able to meet our budget this time and all of that. Well, one for say it's going to be hit some churches hard financially because then get staff they will get for pay. Now people they come together. But we want for say please let them think of ways how they're able for those team for connect to the members so that it will not cause a crash, because some of them will weak financially go begin for say with this ban we're not going able for military expenses. It's like staff are not going to be paid, people that will begin for God, but we pray and pray say God will make them able for sustain.
Yeah, remember there was a situation within our WhatsApp right now. Someone they look as a mock situation. I think one church just a fee, right? In say people want pay tithe and offering. Some people look at it and say,
that is not correct. I think somebody now go fake that in there because somebody sent it to me today, and I done the other thing. Not all information on WhatsApp correct.
Really?
Then we be very careful.
Of them.
Very careful. In fact, inside the group we are there, a member of the church, when a constant member, then at the same group, now he begin tell to the person, say, Bo, first of all, to a Christian self. Number two, then our church self.
And as a lot of Christian somebody send this to you about
no, I just done him. He said number two, even in our church. He said not to. He said, what's that you pull this kind of information? For say that man go put this kind of thing, say for let una send una tight and offer. Now fake news. It's not correct. So some of these things are things that we get to be very careful with this social media. People are full of lies, fakes, and deception. We really got to be careful. Sometimes when you see something, if you see somebody named, they call the person first. So, as you name and this, so now you send them. If not, you just send them begin this they share.
Yeah.
Now another problem. Before
Yeah.
you know, it don't go viral. And for example, we own statement we make. We not even don't bring account together. Is somebody don't post them already on Facebook.
Yeah.
Just because sometimes the person will get access for get the copy, you not even ask we consent from Pentecostal fellowship. Where we very responsible. Just imagine the leadership when a bishop called very responsible.
Wow.
The vice president very responsible. Every one of them very responsible. You know, you just take with information, you post and
Yeah,
on
I see
Facebook.
it go viral.
You know,
Yeah.
so we not be ask them for do that. We not even don't for sit down for look at the document it. Now just some, you know, now make now some gathering there, you don't even know who is who where they go sit down. Way important. Now that make we know they pay any yuki we go think say now special thing we they do. You know, we not get any. If I mean bad thing now they go now so them we don't take them, send them, and then misunderstand the whole Pentecostal fellowship when a very strategic fellowship in this country. Pentecostal fellowship very very strategic in everything we do in Sierra Leone.
Okay.
You know that one day, the one day we didn't do that one day, everybody know about that day. Because the leader the leader one day, now possibly very strategic when a bishop cool.
Okay, I want to say thank you to Reverend Mata Chigozie, we come up from the Pentecostal Fellowship of Sierra Leone, and also Reverend Musa Fobe from the Evangelical Fellowship of Sierra Leone, and also Christian in Action Church, one of the pastors in the East. Of course, I'm part of the East. Now, sorry for being close to the program called Google Gospel Star TV today. We don't come with this program. I'm Minister Ezekiel Kaibo. I'm for this word with you. Of course, you're now waiting the heads of the churches don't say to we as Christians, looking for be law abiding and Lord not forget for the prayer. Now we close it for we country Sierra Leone. Let we wait and listen, waiting the leaders then go tell we concerning waiting the government don't say about the church ban. And also for let we able to help this situation for become a reality. Not left this fake news on social media. Of course, social media, some people they use them for the disadvantage purpose, which is of course very wrong. Now it makes sense some man like social media. But you will use them for advantage purpose for past good information, kudos to you. But you will use them for bad information, members say you don't like Sierra Leone. And also for we the gospel people do ya if you know getting nothing from the church, no pass fake news, they say and so they say law control be law abiding. Of course, we are praying and God will intervene on this situation. We know a lot of people in the talk say, well, we know say yes, we not go to the for go serve maker like usual before. Why some people in the gladly say, me better safe way than stop church business. But all the same, that's our motto man day. So now sorry for being come the close to the program. I want to say thank you to me technician at the studio by Sheka Tikonte, Ablai Kamara, Auna to, and also my second man of going at Desmond Cole. Till next week again, I want to say Tata and stay tuned to Star TV channel 21. I want to let you this song called Judgment Day. It's a song done by one of our sisters. We talk about waiting if happen on the Judgment Day. Stay blessed and listen to the song.
One day we will give account of the life that we've lived while on earth for Him. It is called Judgment Day. It's a day of reckoning for you and me. It's a day of reward.
One day we will give account of the life that we lived while on earth for Him. It is called Judgment Day. It's a day of reckoning for you and me. It's a day of reward.
For many are living a sin
Judgment Day, we shall all give account of what we've done in this passing world before the Lord. One day we will give account of the life that you've lived while on earth for Him. Remember that the life you have, you're living it on borrowed times. One day death will come and you will give account. One day we will give account of the life that we lived while on earth for Him. It is called Judgment Day. It's a day of reckoning for you and me. It's a day of reward. One day we will give account of the life that we lived while on earth for Him. It is called Judgment Day. It's a day of reckoning for you and me. It's a day of reward. For many are living a sinful life, forgetting that there is a day called Judgment Day. We shall all give account of what we've done in this passing world before the Lord. One day we will give account of the life that you've lived while on earth for Him. Remember that the life you have, you're living it on borrowed times. One day death will come and you will give account. One day we will give account of the life that we lived while on earth for Him. It is called Judgment Day. It's a day of reckoning for you and me. It's a day of reward. I ain't coming down for no reason. I'll be reading my word.
Hello, I'm Ezekiel Kagbo. I'm a born-again Christian. Join me every Sunday 9 to 10 p.m. on Go Gospel. Go Gospel is a program that brings to you gospel artists to showcase the music and bless you with ministration as we spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. Make it a date with me, Ezekiel Kagbo, on Go Gospel every Sunday 9 to 10 p.m. on Star Television, Channel 21.
So watch me fly.